Here's what's making news at midday. Thunderstorms are rolling into southern Wisconsin right now. Julian Seawright has what to expect. Plus, we take a look back at the life and career of legendary sports broadcaster Vin Scully. Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us at midweek. Mark is off today. Let's get right into the weather and head over to the Weather Center. Julian Seawright is watching thunderstorms rolling in right now. Julian?
That's right, Susan. We have a severe thunderstorm warning, which we just cut in effect for Dane County, Columbia, and Sauk County. It's going to be until 12:30 this afternoon for us. This is mainly a wind-driven severe thunderstorm warning for us. Yes, we're seeing some heavy rainfall for areas just north of Madison, near Waunakee and Prairie du Sac, but outside of it, it's really just going to be the winds, and potentially could see some hail also produced from some of these storms that are starting to roll their way through. Another storm we are going to be watching for is the back end, just outside of Grant County for Platteville, where we are still watching some of that blowing action and even some heavier winds around that area as well. Now, as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing over the course of the rest of this afternoon, is that we're going to still be looking at the rainfall, and on top of it, some of the heavier winds that are starting to continue to line up across much of southern Wisconsin. As we can see, that line still starting to stretch its way into the areas for Dane County, Sauk, and even Columbia counties as well, as we continue throughout the early parts of our afternoon. Now, we are going to be waiting to time out just how much we're going to be seeing throughout the course of the rest of our afternoon hours. As this line continues to develop just a bit more into our early afternoon, we could start to see just another background development starting to tail end coming in from Grant and Crawford County, but that could also fall apart by the time we get into the later part of our evening hours around 5 o'clock. So it's something we're going to be monitoring for and giving the latest in just a few moments, Susan. Until then, let's go ahead and toss it back to you.
Okay, Julian, thank you so much. First at noon, traffic is moving once again in Sun Prairie after a rollover crash. It happened on 151 South near the Windsor Street exit this morning. The right lane of the highway was closed for about an hour, but has since reopened. It's unclear if anyone was hurt. Crews are still investigating what led to the crash. Former Vice President Mike Pence is campaigning today with gubernatorial candidate Rebecca Kleefisch in Waukesha County today. Here's a live look at the roundtable event happening at this hour in Pewaukee. The trip comes after Pence endorsed Kleefisch last week. The law enforcement roundtable is one of several stops the former lieutenant governor will make with supporters today. At the event, she spoke about gun violence in the state and promised to support law enforcement if she is elected governor.
This is where we are in this state. We need to fix this for our children. And that is why I am so committed to assuring that you all have the resources you need in order to protect the children and the families of this state. And as your governor, I will assure you that you have my 100% support. I will back the badge.
Former Governor Scott Walker also joined Kleefisch today. After the law enforcement roundtable, Kleefisch will speak at the Wisconsin Valley Fair in Wausau before going to Rhinelander for a meet and greet. In other news this noon, legendary sports broadcaster Vin Scully has died. The voice of the Dodgers for 67 seasons, Scully died yesterday at his home in Los Angeles. Scully began broadcasting in 1950 at the age of 22, right out of college. He served as the announcer for Dodger baseball games, first in Brooklyn and then in Los Angeles. Vin Scully was 94 years old. 5 states held primary elections yesterday, and some GOP candidates backed by former President Trump are celebrating. That includes Michigan gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon and Arizona's Mark Fincham and Blake Masters. They all believe the 2020 election was stolen from the former president. Votes for Arizona's gubernatorial primary are still being counted, but Trump-backed candidate Kari Lake and Karen Taylor Robson, backed by former Vice President Mike Pence, have both claimed victories. Meanwhile, in Missouri, national Republicans are breathing a sigh of relief that Eric Schmidt defeated Eric Greitens, the controversial former governor of Missouri, who is accused of glorifying political violence. A resounding victory for abortion rights supporters in a conservative state. Voters in Kansas overwhelmingly rejected a ballot measure that would have eliminated constitutional protections for abortion in that state. A move that would have allowed the Republican legislature to further restrict or effectively ban the procedure.
I feel like my state just showed up and boldly told me that they are going to take care of me.
I think it might be a while before we get another bite at the apple.
It was the first time voters had a direct say on the issue since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Turnout was significantly higher than expected for a primary contest in the state, with 47%. Stay with us. There's much more to come today at noon when we come back. What famed author Stephen King said during his testimony in an antitrust case that could help shape the future of the book publishing industry.
It's dangerous up here, and it's no fun shopping around for a reputable contractor.
I've built my company on the promise to treat our customers like we would our own family. That means an honest, no-pressure sales experience, expert craftsmanship, and a lifetime guarantee of our work.
We know Gutter Shutter is the best system for you and your home, and we'd love to show you how it can keep you safe and off that ladder forever. So call us or visit us online to set up your free estimate, and we can show you what Gutter Shutter and the Larson Home Experience is all about.
People have a lot of good things to say about Hupy and Abraham.
I would absolutely 100% recommend Hupy and Abraham. They will take care of everything, and you'll be glad you did.
When you're seriously injured in an accident, call a powerful law firm and find out what your case may really be worth.
We won our case. It was much more than we had anticipated.
Call Hupy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
It's always time for Papa Murphy's. And now you can get any medium two-topping pizza for just $6.99. Now that's meaty-yum. Papa Murphy's. We make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Order online today at papamurphys.com.
During Steinhoffel's Small Space event, all our furniture designed for smaller rooms is on sale. Sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. It's all 35% off. No matter the size of your space, we have everything to help create the home of your dreams. And with Steinhoffel's special financing, your new room is even more affordable. Steinhoffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses ready for your home. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as lieutenant governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
During Toyota's national sales event, we're working hard to deliver new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. From hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid, to kicking up sand in a Tundra, or camping out in a Highlander. Hey guys!
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on a new 2022 Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
The Department of Health and Human Services says the number of Americans without health insurance coverage fell to an all-time low of 8% this year. Before last year, the rate of uninsured Americans consistently remained in the double digits for decades. About 26 million people in the U.S. still do not have health insurance. Best-selling author Stephen King took the stand yesterday in a federal antitrust case that could help shape the future of the book publishing industry. King was a witness for the government in its effort to block the $2.2 billion merger of the nation's biggest publisher, Penguin Random House, and its rival Simon & Schuster. King opposes the deal, saying he thinks consolidation is bad for competition. He also expressed concern about the potential impact on authors. Simon & Schuster, which is owned by CBS parent company Paramount Global, publishes King's work. And Equifax says it has fixed a coding issue that prompted the credit rating agency to send incorrect credit scores for people applying for home and auto loans this spring. Equifax says its data shows that fewer than 300,000 consumers experienced a score shift of 25 points or more in either direction. It added that it does not necessarily mean a consumer's credit decision was negatively impacted. Citing unnamed sources, the Wall Street Journal says incorrect reports were sent to lenders, including Ally Financial, JP Morgan Chase, and Wells Fargo. That is your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Let's check stocks at the noon hour. The Dow is up 418 points, the NASDAQ up 314, and the S&P 500 is up 59. Our call for action volunteers are in the building. They're here taking your consumer complaints and questions and taking action on your behalf. If you need help, call now. It's a great opportunity. They do great work. This is a live look at the Call for Action studio. Just a reminder, the volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The number to call 608-270-2833. Or you can submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Coming up, we'll have your ag numbers at midweek, and Julian has the latest on a thunderstorm watch when we come back. Stay with us.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
And my economic plan is moving this country in a better direction.
What planet is he living on? Record gas prices, 40-year high inflation, costing families $5 grand more for their necessities. Sorry, Joe, that's the wrong direction. Here on planet Earth, Senator Johnson voted against Biden's massive deficit spending that sparked inflation, and he passed tax cuts to help Wisconsin families survive the economic turmoil caused by Democrats.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Change it up and choose Dutch Boy from Menards. Get the best quality Dutch Boy paints at the best prices. Pick out the perfect color. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create thousands of color options. And with Dutch Boy's easy opening, smooth pouring container, and no prep, no prime formula, transforming your home has never been easier. Save 11%. And all Dutch Boy paints now at Menards.
Rebecca Clayfish, and your choice for governor is clear. I'm the Tea Party mom who took on the Madison establishment and won. Tim Michels is a Madison insider who's enriched himself with your tax dollars. I stood with Scott Walker to cut your taxes. Tim Michels sided with the union bosses and pushed to raise our gas tax to make himself richer. Tim Michels is out for himself. I'm Rebecca Clayfish. As governor, I'll always fight for you.
Food insecurity isn't just about hunger. It can create serious medical problems in growing kids.
Tomorrow, our Time for Kids expert explains one that may surprise you.
And another bout of heat is on the way. I'll tell you how warm and when from 4:30 to 7.
Concerts on the Square are back each Wednesday night through August 3rd. Enjoy a performance by the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra with family and friends at this totally free event starting at 7 p.m. Learn more at wcoconcerts.org. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Farm Director Pam Yankee for the Midwest Farm Report. Hi there.
Hello there. Yeah, the skies just started opening up over here at the radio barn, so I'm glad I went to the Wisconsin State Fair yesterday. We did a little pre-media workup, and boy, I'll tell you, it is just beautiful. They have got things so wound up and ready to go for opening day that starts tomorrow. And of course, I want to remind people, I'll be focused in on the agriculture elements at the Wisconsin State Fair through the duration of the event. You can follow me on social media, Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. We'll be posting videos there. Midwest Farm Report. We've got a lot of great stories that we're going to be sharing with you. you, including 98 years of the original Wisconsin Cream Puff. That's their anniversary this year. I was talking with Tim Gill yesterday, who's with the original Cream Puff. He's the guy that runs the program, and he said, yeah, we're already starting to talk about what we're going to do for the 100th anniversary. He said some of the suggestions, aside from maybe just special guests, different flavors, includes possible renovation and remodeling on the building that they use for the original Cream Puff. So just one of the kind of developing stories that I'm keeping an eye on. You know, this rain that's coming down might be welcomed by our Wisconsin apple orchards. It's not going to be too long before folks are going to start making their way out to the orchards for some fresh fall sweetness. Rami Aburomia, who's the owner of Adams to Apples in Mount Horeb, he says his orchard's looking pretty good this year, that the crop has sized up nicely compared to last year. Last year in 2021, he said that they got bit a little bit by some early frost, late frost, depending on how you look at it, that limited some of the blossoms and fruit development. But this year, he says, Mother Nature seems to be paying him back with good volume. Remember, you can go to WisconsinAppleGrowers.org to start finding those patches, those orchards near you. Dairy markets taking a pounding today, like our corn and soybeans. Barrel cheese down 9.5 at $1.79. 40-pound block cheese drops 3 3/4 cents at $1.85. But the AA butter, that's up 2 3/4 cents, now at $3.06 a pound. So apparently consumers still finding favor with a little of that home goodness butter brings to the table, Suze.
Well, good to have you back. We missed you yesterday.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I forgot to tell them that I was going to be at State Fair, but
no,
that's a
good
crazy
place
schedule.
to be. All right, Peapod, good to see you. See you tomorrow.
See you later.
A team of international scientists say the world needs to start preparing for the possibility of a climate endgame as extreme weather events continue to ravage the planet. Ian Lee has more.
The effects of climate change can be seen all around, from raging wildfires to catastrophic flooding. So far, the conversation has primarily been how to prevent it from getting worse.
Half of humanity is in the danger zone from floods, droughts, extreme storms, and wildfires. No nation is immune.
But now a team of international experts led by Cambridge University says we should be prepared for failure.
Right now, I think we're being naive. We're not looking at the worst-case scenarios at all, really.
Researchers warn about what they call the 4 horsemen of the climate endgame: famine, extreme weather, conflict, and disease spread by insects. Scientists are urging world leaders to investigate possible outcomes ranging from a loss of 10% of the global population to eventual human extinction.
The ultimate purpose of this area of study, it's not supposed to be any kind of disaster voyeurism. It's supposed to be about understanding to prevent the worst case.
A worst case climate scientists say we should be ready for if all else fails. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Well, Julian is on thunderstorm watch. No official word yet, Julian, about tonight's concert on the square, but do you think the rain will let up by this evening?
That's going to be one thing we're going to have to watch for, is just if these lines of storms continue to give us multiple rounds, which we could be seeing. But as of right now, we have an ominous scene setting over Madison as we're getting into our afternoon. And this is all led by this cold front, which is sweeping the upper Midwest in itself, acting as a catalyst for us to start to see some storms starting to fire up. A lot of the storms aren't overly strong, but what we're watching for is mainly the wind threat that is coming with them. As of right now, we still have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We dropped the Sauk County, but now it's still for Columbia and Dane County. As we can see, this is radar indicated. Around 60 miles per hour wind speeds could be associated with the storms that are rolling through. Heavy rainfall and hail could be produced close to about 1 inch in diameter. But we're also going to be watching what's happening to our friends over towards Grant County as of right now. Still some storms starting to fire off and some heavier rain over there into that area as well. But taking a look at the wind speed in itself, we're looking at velocity around 39 miles per hour just near Wanakee, just north of Madison as of right now. So that's where we're starting to see some of our stronger winds just into the northern side of Madison and even towards our friends again over into Grant County. We're looking around 45 miles per hour winds. So some of these winds are still rather high as we're getting into the rest of our afternoon. Now, taking a look at what we've been seeing is the development over the last 2 hours of these storms that have been starting to sweep their way into south central Wisconsin for us. Now, taking a look at what our future track is going to to be like for the rest of our afternoon? Well, the worst of the storm as of right now is going to be tracking throughout the next couple of hours. By the time we get into around 3 o'clock, we're starting to see it lose strength, and it's going to give us a little bit more hope for us to have our Concerts on a Square event for this evening. But again, the threat for today is mainly going to be wind. Not really looking at anything else to really be the biggest threat for us, but you can see between 25 miles to a point, the yellow on your screen is where we're looking at the areas to be impacted the most between having a high wind effect from the event from today. But even on our wind gusts, not really registering a whole lot in terms of consistent wind gusts in throughout much of the area. But you can see from the wind particles in the south, coming in from the south just near the northern Illinois state line, still seeing some breezy winds as we're getting in throughout the rest of this evening. Now, planning out the rest of the afternoon, again, we're going to start to see that line fall apart a bit. We're going to watch that back line and how that showers and storms may develop, but for right now, it's looking like it's going to fall apart by the time we get into around 5 p.m. Going into tonight, well, it's going to be a much different story than what we're seeing for this afternoon. Going to be much more quiet. Temperatures are going to drop and fall into the 60s, making way for a Thursday to be much more pleasant for us, especially by the time we get into our Thursday afternoon, where we're going to be hanging into those 70s and plenty of open sky, which is going to set the stage for us to have a lot more of a quiet end to our work week. But you can see as we head into the weekend, well, we're not done just yet with activities. Temperatures are going to be in the lower 90s. We'll be back into the mid 80s and could start to see a bit in terms of some chances of storms starting to roll in for our Saturday night and even into our Sunday as well. Going into next week, not a whole lot of chance of seeing some rainfall. Could see something for Monday, but other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing once we get to next week, Susan.
All right, that's good news. Just got to get through today.
That's right. The next couple of hours are going to be pivotal.
All right, we'll let you know when we hear the official word about the concert, and good luck to the CrossFit athletes in the rain. They'll just make it more competitive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Julian, thank you. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen making a long-baked favorite.
Now that we're in the dog days of summer, the last thing we want to do is turn on our oven, right? Well, of course, right. But on the other hand, it can get pretty boring eating salads all summer long. The answer? How about making a fill-you-up comfort food favorite that's made in your slow cooker? We start by sauteing Italian sausage along with a chopped onion and some garlic. While that finishes up, we mix together some ricotta cheese with a couple of beaten eggs, a good amount of shredded mozzarella, some Parmesan cheese, and some oregano. Then, after lining the bottom of our slow cooker with some spaghetti sauce, we add in half of the cooked sausage, half of the ricotta mixture, and half a pound of uncooked ziti that we rinsed in cold water. That allows us to throw it in without cooking it first. After layering everything one more time, we finish it off with more sauce and cheese. Then we simply turn on the slow cooker and walk away. When it's done, what we end up with is a slow-cooked, comforting favorite. There's no heating up the kitchen and no need to rush home to make dinner. It's ready to serve whenever your gang is ready to dig in. To get the recipe for our slow cooker baked ziti, all you have to do is check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a slow-cooked summer way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you. Over to you, Julian, for a severe weather update.
That's right. Before we go to break, we do have another severe thunderstorm warning that has just been put in. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning has just been put in and updated for Columbia, Dane, Dodge, and Jefferson County until 1 p.m. this afternoon. Again, this is a storm driven by winds. We're looking at high winds to really be the impact from these storms that are starting to move their way through, but heavy rainfall has been reported as well. Taking a look at just what we're seeing from the winds in themselves, still seeing our strongest wind shear in our velocity coming just outside of DeForest, where we're close to around 50 miles per hour as it's continuing to stretch its way east. Not looking at any hail to be reported from these storms. Again, it's mainly going to be wind and heavy rainfall. So just make sure that you're staying clear of the storms as they continue to push their way east. So that could be impacting any U.S. Interstate I-39 and areas just towards the U.S. routes of 51 and I-94 as well. We'll have more of an update coming up in a few moments. Until then, we'll see you after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Okay, and he got so upset. Oh my God. Look. No way. She has definitely got some work done. Doesn't even look the same anymore. Talk about an extreme makeover. I wonder how much money she spent on those upgrades.
Hey! The house looks great, right? 3 years, no interest on roofing and siding from Feldco.
Right now, get 3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding.
3 years, no interest on Feldco Roofing and Siding ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
I'm Tim Michaels. The radical left, they're destroying everything we love about America. And too many establishment Republicans, they're along for the ride.
Tim Michaels, Army veteran, endorsed by President Trump.
I'm not some career politician. I'm a self-made Wisconsin businessman who doesn't give a rip about the special interests or their money. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to turn Madison upside down and take back the freedoms that make Wisconsin great.
Tim Michaels for governor, endorsed by President Trump.
It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. This Wednesday, Roma Pizza, only 99 cents. Hy-Vee cheese singles, only $1.99. A half gallon of Hy-Vee orange juice or apple juice, only 99 cents. And Body Armor sports drink, only 77 cents. Wednesday only. And save even more with Hy-Vee Fuel Saver. Right now, save up to $7.07 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Is your home just as hot inside as it is outside? The problem might be your walls have no insulation or ineffective builder's grade insulation letting all that heat in. But when USA Insulation wraps your home in our premium injection foam, we turn your home into a cooler, keeping the heat outside and your cool, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs, and helping you save on rising electric bills. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here today. Hi, Angie.
Hello.
You're using all of our leftover burgers and steaks.
I am. I know. I thought I'd talk value. Okay, I'm kind of sick of cooking. It's the end of summer. Football started in Reedsburg, so it's like, So I'm using like leftover steak, leftover burgers. Let's call them planned over. It sounds better if you tell the kids that, right? Grill a couple extra burgers, couple extra steaks, and make a steak salad. You don't even need a recipe, but of course, I have great recipes for you. So this is just called a champagne steak salad with blue cheese. It's called champagne because it calls for champagne vinaigrette in a little bit of a champagne oil or vinegar in the vinaigrette, but my store didn't have that, so I used white wine, so it's a white wine salad. But I just got then some blanched green beans, which are coming in season now, a little blue cheese, some red onion, and then some leftover steak or planned over, or grill a steak if you like. I just used top sirloin. And then the vinaigrette, I just made ahead quick. It was that white wine vinegar, a little oil, a little salt and pepper. That's about it.
Okay.
Super easy.
And healthy. And 30 seconds for our last one.
Okay, so this is called burger in a salad 4 ways. So, you know, sometimes you have leftover burgers or planned over burgers, or you want to make extra burgers, put it on a salad. So we have 4 different kind of flavor varieties to spice that up. So this is called our Greek variety. We have American, we have Asian, and Mexican, all just adding little different vegetables, different cheeses, and different salad dressings. So super easy. Check out beeftips.com if you need more inspiration or you actually want the recipe, and everything's right there. Click on As Seen on TV.
Good job, Angie.
Okay, and hopefully it's not hot and raining next time I'm here.
Yes, thank you so much. Over to Julian with a final check of the forecast.
And we still have an update on the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Columbia, Dane, Dodge, and Jefferson County until 1 p.m. this afternoon, and which is also another one for still Dane and Columbia County. We'll continue to update you after the once we're done with the show, so make sure you're staying tuned.